Something really funny happened to me. It was very funny. Happened with DJ Academics, DJ aka Demix, DJ also known as Demix, and Little Baby Child, the rapper Little Baby Child. And so the thing that happened between them, or and I guess it's a long line of things that happened between them that I don't really care about, and it culminated in something that's funny that can lead into a conversation that I actually think is kind of interesting. Um, they've been beefing on and off for a while. I don't know if they used to be buddies. I guess they still call each other sometimes. I don't know. But it culminated in sometime recently, one of Little Baby Child's hench people slapped academics in a public place. And as anyone would now, so let me make it clear. I do not care what happens to DJ, aka Demix, DJ also known as Demix face in any context. I don't care what happens to his face. I don't care. I don't have any amount of concern for anything that could happen to his face at all. Um, but as one would be when his face was assaulted, he was upset about it. And when he was upset, he went on the internet and was saying some, like weird. He was taking a weird tough guy stance because his tough guy stance wasn't, "Oh, I'm mad at you for doing that. Wait till I see you. I'm gonna do something to you." It was like, "Oh, now I'm gonna tell everybody about all the weird deals we made." And I'm not sure how he thought that was gonna hurt Little Baby Child. I'm not sure how he thought that was gonna hurt the man who assaulted his face or had his face assaulted, because he didn't assault the man's face personally. He sent a goon or a hench person to assault DJ, also known as Demix's face. Here's a little bit of what has happened. Okay. And this is where it leads into the interesting conversation as far as I'm concerned. I am concerned. Okay. DJ Academics accuses Little Baby's team of paying him $30,000, then setting him up during heated Miami run-in video. The $30,000 is the interesting part, because this is what came out after he was slapped in the face. The war of words between DJ Academics and Little Baby has officially turned into a high-stakes financial feud. And this latest string of explosive live streams, explosive, that sounds like diarrhea. Academics dropped a bombshell allegation. He dropped an atomic bombshell bomb, claiming that Little Baby's camp previously cut him a check for $30,000. So in his anger, he's like, "You paid me $30,000 to not criticize your album," is what he gave him $30,000 for, apparently. And that's so interesting to me. So there's this whole discourse unfolding about the legality of that, because people are calling it payola. I don't know if you can call it payola, because I don't think that DJ Academics is a journalist of any sort. I don't think he's a journalist. I don't think he does research. I don't think he does fact checking. I don't think he does sources. I don't think he has sources. I think he's just a guy that says stuff. So I'm not sure if he's breaking any laws by accepting money to say or not say things. I'm not sure if that counts as payola or not, because the reason payola is illegal is because the FCC regulates the airwaves. So that's, everything involved with radio and television, back when music videos were a thing. And since that's regulated space, you couldn't use money legally to influence what was paid. So that's why payola is illegal in those formats. But if you're just a guy in your basement and you just drink Hennessy and you get really drunk and you just say whatever you want to say, I'm not sure if it's illegal for you to accept money from anyone to say or not say anything. Another very interesting question for me in all of this, very interesting question, is, okay, so Little Baby Child saw there being $30,000 of value in DJ Academics not criticizing his album. Now that's interesting to me because now I understand that DJ Academics is a very popular streamer. I do understand this. My understanding of his popularity is based on the fact that a lot of people in the world just love mess. They just love mess. They just love to hear people talk shit and say messy things and hear about a bunch of drama and gossip and bullshit, right? That was my understanding of DJ Academics' popularity. So if that's true, because maybe it's not, but if it is, and I think it is, are there a lot of people in the world for whom DJ Academics' opinion of a project would influence how much they enjoyed a project? Like, is his critical voice important? Are there people in the world, like enough, like a critical mass of people who are like, man, I really love this Little Baby Child album, but DJ Academics said it's bad, so I can't listen to it anymore. Or I was really gonna buy this Little Baby Child hoodie, but DJ Academics said this album is not good, so now I'm gonna take that hoodie out of my shopping cart. I'm gonna delete it out of my shopping cart online, and I'm no longer gonna buy it because DJ Academics, who was in my ear at the time because I had a stream on in another tab, just said that his album's not good. I don't think that there's that many people who would care either way what Academics' critical opinion of Lil Baby's album was. In fact, I would almost put it the other way, where if DJ Academics had something intense to say about Little Baby's album in any direction, that would probably generate more interest around it than DJ Academics saying nothing. I don't understand the value proposition. I don't understand the value proposition. And it also seems like a little bit of a waste of money. Because DJ Academics didn't talk about my album, and I didn't pay him $1. I didn't pay him a dime. We got the same amount of coverage. I didn't have to spend $30,000 for that coverage. He didn't talk about my album for free. I feel like Little Baby's marketing team is doing it wrong. This feels like a misappropriation of funds at the very least. And then in his rant, he says, y'all had paid me $30,000 to back up off of your album or something to that degree. I really don't like hearing him talk, so I don't remember the exact words he said. But he said, now, because you had one of your henchmen slap me in the face, and then when I called you about it, you said you didn't do it, then now the price is $300,000 for me not to talk shit about your album. These prices, they don't seem to make any sense. I don't understand what you're like. So, like, what does he have like a bunch of very, very embarrassing things to say specifically about Little Baby's album that he's being paid not to say? Is that it? Like, I'm having a very hard time understanding the value proposition and why suddenly, if the price jumped from $30,000 to $300,000, that Little Baby would feel compelled to pay this. Because again, you're paying him not to talk about your album. And so now you've had somebody slap him in the face. Now I feel like he's definitely going to talk about your album. Wait a minute. It's almost like that would be incentive alone. Because if I was a person who talks about albums, and I do talk about albums sometimes, if I was a person who talks about albums, and then a guy whose album I was about to talk about slapped me in the face, I probably wouldn't talk about the album, and I would talk about the person. I would air my grievances about the person. I might even want to set up a public fight, some fisticuffs. I don't have money to pay anybody to slap him back, but I'd want to, challenge him. But I wouldn't want to then somehow shift my mind into reviewing his project after all of this happened. But Akademiks is saying now that the price for him not to make that shift inside of his own mind from person who was slapped to album reviewer now cost $300,000. And maybe I'm just in the wrong business. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just in the wrong business because I don't understand how any of this works. If this is the new payola, I'm very confused. People need money to not talk about your album because of the explosive, critical response that they can bring about. I don't really get it. I don't really get how this new payola works. I feel like the old payola at least made sense, as legal as it was. This, I'm not even sure is payola. I'm not sure it's illegal. Again, this guy just sits in his basement. He sits in his basement and he drinks and he says what he wants. I feel like he can take any amount of money from any sucker that might be willing to pay him to say or not say anything. So I don't understand what he would have to say that would be so devastating that now he wants to charge $300,000 and is still willing to say whatever it was that he was going to say after he was slapped. I don't know if there's anything more to say about this. Yeah, according to ACT, the 5-figure payment was intended to get him to chill on his relentless criticism of the rapper's recent musical output and album rollouts. But is DJ Akademiks' opinion moving the needle on little baby hip hop song consumption to any degree? I have such a hard time believing that it is. Such a hard time. Ack has now significantly raised the price for his silence. He made it clear that if the rapper wants him to truly pivot and fall back from the beef now, the previous discount is off the table. The new price tag, a cool $300,000. The tension between the two has been brewing since Baby's 2022 album. This is a 4-year-old beef. If this beef was a person now, it would be having full conversations about the toys that it wants when it's at the store. Where the rapper took shots at Act's claims of being wealthier than the artist he covers. But after this alleged Miami backdoor move, Akademiks says seems to be less interested in being cool and more interested in a pile of garbage he predicts Lil Baby's next project will be. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free. Stop playing.